Hello and welcome back to another edition of Off the Pitch. My name's Blake. You can hear me on game days.
And my name is Marika, and you can see me on game days, but right now we're taking it off the pitch. Episode 10, Blake.
We made it.
are.
Double digits.
He's been waiting to say double digits all day. I just got to put that out
So
there.
for those of you that don't know the background to that, my sister, the best, but she put me on this. Every time someone turns any age ever, you just say, hey, double digits.
Double digits.
It's the worst joke ever, but it usually gets a chuckle.
And now you're going to do it for every episode now,
Correct.
right?
No, they'll stop listening.
I was going to say, they're going to start editing that out so fast if you do
Yes.
that every time.
But Marika, we're back. We've made it to double
Yes.
digits.
We've made it double digits. We're in the second half of the season. Like, it feels like we're coming home, you know?
Yeah, I'm really excited for this back half of the season. I know we've talked about it so much, about all the new things that are changing around Sporting KC. It's going to be a really fun back half of the season. Then we've got the sprint season after that, and then we've got the new schedule that's going to be coming up following next summer. It's crazy to think a year from now we're going to be in the new schedule. It's all happened so
You know
quickly.
what? And because I think a lot of people at home might be the same way as me, I'm still going to be checking the calendar every week to make sure we're in season or not for like the next 2 years because big change in schedule, you know? But I think it's going to be really good for us as our team, as the league. We're lining up with the rest of the world. It's a good move.
Absolutely. And for those of you that don't know, the way that everything's basically going to work is this season will play out normally December. It gets pushed back a little bit because we took the long break for the World Cup. But, you know, after the December MLS Cup final, everything will wrap up. We'll have that sprint season that we talked about where it will be, I believe, 14 games, 7 home, 7 away. We'll play every team in the Western Conference, no teams in the Eastern Conference. As I said, 7 will be home, 7 will be away, and then we'll go into a full playoffs and have MLS Cup. Then the summer we'll take a break, and then we'll be into the new schedule next time after that, which I think they're still sorting out all the details. There's been rumors about what that might look like, but I'm really excited for it.
I'm like kind of pumped for this sprint season because we just get all the highs and the lows that everyone gets in season, all the energy, but just in such a short amount of time. And then we had a little break off, and then it's like, boom,
right
full
back
season,
into it.
Back into it.
And I do really like the fact, I mean, first off, it's so hot right now. Obviously, we will still have games at this time. Not next year. I guess a year from now there will be games, but we'll kind of cut out some of the crazy summer heat, and we'll obviously take a break during the winter in that schedule, so it won't be quite as hot. But yeah, I'm really excited for everything to come.
100%. And with us coming back to this season, we're back at home again. Does that not just feel amazing?
It's been so fun. I know we played one game so far as of recording this. We've got a game coming up as well. And then, of course, the next game that will be at home after this goes out is St. Louis. So we'll get to that later. Yeah, we'll get to that later. We've got an exciting matchup. Obviously, they got the better of us in St. Louis. Frustrating way that ended, but we look forward. That'll be exciting. And Marika, being back at Sporting Park is just so fun. I know they've changed a lot of the things where the players are walking all in together. They're coming off the bus together. I believe they're out at Compass Minerals National Performance Center, and then they all bus over together, and then they get to walk into the stadium together. They're warming up now in front of the Cauldron, which I know you fans that are in the Cauldron hopefully can enjoy that. I know they always like chirping the opposing teams, but now that they're there, cheer on the team as they're right in front of you.
I've just been so happy with a lot of the changes we've been making lately. It feels so much more like community, fan-centered. I know just the energy of having the fireworks back at home, like seeing the confetti in the stands. Like it feels so good. I will say this because we are going to talk about it later too. Yeah. Blake and I did go to St. Louis.
We did.
For the last match. We investigated. We saw what was going on.
It's not as good as Kansas City, I'll say that. Is that what you're going to say?
Read my mind, word for word. I came back after that game, and I was like, take me back to Sporting Park. Like, please, get me off this I-70. Get me home.
I got to say, it is a beautiful stadium because it was built recently, but there's something about Sporting Park, and I think it's a lot due to the history. There just seems to be such a great personality in that stadium. You know, no diss at their stadium. It's well built. It's a good stadium. But it just won't have that same personality of
100%.
Where Sporting Park there's been trophies won in that stadium. There's been one of the most, or I think it has been the coldest MLS Cup final in that stadium. You walk in and you can feel the history of Sporting Park. And I think of the games I went to growing up and how cool that stadium was then and continues to be now.
You know what? It's just big bro, little bro. I'll be the first to say
You're gonna get yourself in trouble here, Marika.
You know what? I've had some people being like, "Oh wow, you like to talk smack." Yes, we're Midwestern. I'm Kansan. I love to talk smack, and I think with rivalries like this, it's fun. It's how we grow it. It's how as much as we can say friendly rivalry. Sure, we'll be friends any other day, but if you come to my stadium, we're going to show you how it's done.
I love it. I love it. So we'll talk about that a little bit more as that is the next home game after this episode goes out, Marika. But we kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the team because obviously a lot of things have changed. It's very exciting to see a lot of the new players coming in. Hopefully here on Off the Pitch, we'll get the chance to talk to some of the new players. I know some of them don't speak English. I think Moises Mosquera, the new center back signing, is Colombian. I think he speaks a little bit, but probably not enough to be on a podcast. That'd be a pretty hard way to bring someone into a new club is get them to put them on a podcast when they don't speak English.
Or Amir. I feel like they've really been adjusting to this area well. Fingers crossed we'll get them out here. I have a lot of good feelings about the new people we're bringing onto this team, and maybe a couple more. Who knows? I know it's going to be very exciting to see what happens. And Marika, I know we've got a lot of things to look forward to, a lot of exciting things coming up, some of those being theme nights at the home games out at Sporting Park. So tell us a little bit about some of those theme nights coming up out at Sporting Park. You know me, I love a good theme night, and we have a really packed August specifically. So some of these dates are going to pass by the time this episode comes out. Some of them are coming up, but I'm going to talk about them all because they're so much fun. The first one was Americana night. It happened a little bit ago. We had some fireworks. It was so fun. We had the founding fathers of KC there, if you saw that. And they were so much fun. Took a 2-1 victory in that game. We know how to do it. We're like USA. We know how to get it done. It's a lot of fun. Up next, we have on August 1st, Harry Potter night. Now, I know you're not the biggest Harry Potter fan, not to call you out. I am. I hate to say it, I'm a nerd about Harry Potter, so I may or may not have a costume. We'll see. It'll be a fun time that night. If you're listening to this now, that will have happened, so go ahead and watch that. Or go look at Marika and see what she was dressed up as on Harry Potter night. It'll be good. Okay. I know. I'm not confident what it is specifically. I don't know what house I'm going as, but trust, I will be a wizard in that stadium. Then moving along on August 19th, we have our Blue Hell night. That's our big rivalry night. We're taking down St. Louis. I know he's been telling me that I've been talking a lot of smack. I'll keep doing it. It's going to be such a fun night, chatting with the Cauldron a little bit. They have a lot of fun tricks up their sleeves that I'm excited for everyone to see. And then we're going to wrap it up with Ted Lasso Night, which is going to be so much fun with the new season coming out. We've been doing great pop-ups across Kansas City. I know over at Sporting Park, we're going to do some fun activities, maybe a look-alike competition. I may have ordered far too many mustaches to give away, so that'll be a great night too. Yeah, Ted Lasso Night's going to be a really, really fun one. I know that we've done a lot of cool theme nights out at Sporting Park, but the fact that one is going to be so relevant because, as you said, the new season's coming out. Everyone's going to be excited about Ted Lasso. Really excited for that one. Maybe I'll have to put on a little mustache for that one. Maybe that's your sign. You need to try it out. I actually almost went as Ted Lasso for Halloween. I think it was in 2023. I could totally see you do that. But I decided against it because my roommate wanted to go as Ted Lasso. So. You know what? Our last home game this season on Halloween. We might have a plan. I've been talking costumes with a lot of people. Okay. That might be a fun idea for you to think about. We might have a plan. I Blake up in the booth, just dressed up as Ted Lasso. On. Does that mean I have to talk on the radio broadcast like Ted Lasso? 100%. You have to. I'll have to work on my... You have time now. Yeah, start practicing. Exactly. Yeah. And then does that mean John, my broadcast partner, will have to be like Coach Beard or something? You read my mind. Perfect. But we got to take this off camera because it's too many good ideas. Exactly. Okay, in that voice, what we've been talking about with Ted Lasso Night, you're a big Ted Lasso fan. I'm going to let you have your moment to shine because today we are going to be ranking the top 5 Ted Lasso characters. Are you ready, Blake? So is this like a blind ranking? I don't know what's coming next? Yeah, you don't know what's going on. Do I have to be blind for this? Can I close my eyes? For sure. Okay. This is probably Number bad content. We're starting it hot. Roy Kent. Ooh, Roy is a great character. I feel like he has a good arc. I almost need to freshen up on my Ted Lasso because it's been a while. I think it'll be nice with the new season coming out. Yeah, but I think Roy is a very good character, but I think there's better. I'm going to start in the middle. We're going to go 3 for Roy. Okay, I'll write this down for you. All right, your next character is Rebecca. Ooh, okay. Rebecca's, I might have put Roy a bit too high, I feel like, because now I'm thinking about the characters. And Don't be mean to Roy. But you know what? It's nothing against him. He has a really good arc, I feel like. But so does Rebecca. I'm going to put her at 2 because I think I know who I have at 1. Okay. So Rebecca's going 2. Okay, next up we have Danny. Danny. I wasn't going to make it easy on you. Tough. I put Roy too high, I think. Well, no, okay. I think Roy has a better overall character arc. I think Danny is a very feel-good character. I'm going to put him at 4. Okay. Next up, we have Keely. Keely, okay. Very good character, but I know who's coming at 1, so I'm putting her at 5. I had to save the best for last for you. Final, drum roll. Ted Lasso! Yeah, Ted's 1. He has to be 1. I mean, he is the quintessential happy-go-lucky American, but I think he also does it very well to show his struggles that he's been through, but also he puts off the Midwestern kindness and really cares for everyone he's around.
while also struggling a little bit on his own.
Yeah.
He's not going to make other people. He's not going to put that burden on other people, which I think is a very Midwestern thing to do, to not put that
100%.
burden on other people, when it also shows during the show that, you know what, he can be open to people about that and deal with it himself. So I think Ted's just such a good character in any TV show ever. Ted
100%.
is a great
I know he
character.
definitely plays into the stereotype of where he's from, but anytime I see him on the screen, I can't help but relate with him.
Yeah.
So he's doing it well. Here are your top 5.
'Kay.
See where we're at. We have Ted at number 1. We have Rebecca as number 2. Roy is 3. 4 as Danny, and 5 as Keely. How do you feel about that?
I actually think I ranked it perfectly.
All
I think that's
right.
exactly how I would rank it if it wasn't blind.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Now, that's it for us at the beginning here. We have a guest that I'm truly so excited for.
I'm pumped for
John
this,
Dale
Marika.
is joining us after the break. He is the PA announcer for Sporting Kansas City. He's had an incredible summer, and we're so excited to talk with him.
Welcome back here on Off the Pitch. We are joined by a special guest as usual. And this one, you may not recognize his face, but we have the PA voice at Sporting Kansas City matches, John Dale, with us. I'm sure they'll recognize your voice.
Sporting Kansas City goal scored in the 48th minute by number 9, Dejan Jovalic. Assisted by number 8, Jake Davis.
Blake, Marika, pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
So excited for it. So I guess we're so intrigued by what you do, because I'm sure every Sporting KC fan that shows up to the game obviously has heard your voice before as you welcome the team. You give all the reads throughout the game. But for someone who is in kind of a unique job where I'm talking for a living, I mean, how do you kind of find your way into that, and how have you found yourself now as the PA voice of Sporting KC?
Well, that's a very long story, and I will try and do it as quick as I can.
Sometimes I hate this question myself, so I'm throwing it at you.
After a long and relatively indistinguished career in broadcasting, I was a soccer coach at Blue Valley High School, sub-varsity soccer coach in 2008 and 9, and we hosted the state championships. And so when it came time to crew that, the athletic director just turned to whoever was doing it during the regular season, and that was Miss Spencer, a math teacher. And so these kids are here at the state semifinals and finals, and it didn't go well with the PA announcer, Miss Spencer, who is a fine person and lovely individual. And in high school, you just sometimes take what you can get, right? So, but she's doing these names, and I'm thinking, this is a prestigious event. We should be getting the names right at least. And so I felt bad, for the kids who were having their names kind of butchered. And I thought, well, I maybe not be great at this, but I think I could get the names right. So I bothered the athletic director and said, hey, is there a chance I could do this at the high school? And he's like, well, maybe we'll see. And it took a year of begging him to allow me to do like one basketball game. And so that following December of 2010 is when I made my debut at Blue Valley High School doing basketball. And so that's how I got into it, and did it once and fell in love with it and haven't looked back.
I mean, and look where you are now. You've had such an incredible journey. You've been with some great teams in the area. What does it feel like being in Sporting KC, being the PA voice for a club and a sport you've loved for so long?
Well, it goes back to 1995 when the club was being founded and started. I was an intrepid senior at the University of Kansas, and I saw in the newspaper, back when newspapers were a thing, there was an ad in the back of the paper. Do you have what it takes to be the voice for our new MLS team, the Wizards? And I was like, I'll send in a tape. So I went into the production studio of KGHK, and I put together a demo tape and put it on tape. And I sent it in and deservedly never heard back. Okay, but all that to say that I've been following the team since its founding, and then all these years later to find myself back in behind the microphone for 10 seasons now, it's a dream come true. I literally catch myself like just being giddy with excitement, the fact that I get to still do this for my hometown club, the team that I've cheered for since its founding. It's a dream come true. I love it.
You know what? Maybe they've been holding on to your tape this whole time. They're like, hey, we got a ringer. We got a ringer. We got to hold on to it. We'll get
Nobody
one
wants
day.
to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that.
It's the same. I'm sure, Marika, you see it with anything from 5-10 years ago. You're just like, man, I'm so glad I got better at this.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the tape that I sent in when Sporting was first looking at potentially hiring, me, and I watched it back the other day, and I'm like, why did they hire that girl? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But we're all here.
And I think what's so compelling about you being the PA voice of Sporting KC is that you care so much about the team. I think that that's something in sports that I'm sure, Marika, you've seen it around the sports world. You don't always get that, where the person that is working in the team gets the opportunity or has grown up watching the team and seen kind of the progression and really understands the deep understanding of what the club has been through and how they get to where they are. And I'm sure that helps you in your job.
100%. And we were lucky enough to have a family member with season tickets when the new stadium opened and they rebranded Sporting. So 6 years before I went behind the microphone, I'm at nearly every game as a fan, and I loved it. It was awesome. I got to take my son and daughters to a bunch of games and just saw some incredible moments as a fan. But being a PA announcer at the high school and then college level while I'm coming to the games, of course, I'm noticing how are they presenting, what's going on up there, and so the whole time I was thinking to myself, maybe someday I would get a chance to audition, and maybe they would pick me, maybe they wouldn't. Who knows? But having that background as a rabid fan of the team, it really, really helps me because I feel like I inject that enthusiasm into what it is that I'm doing, and I think the crowd feels that.
Now, a question I have for you, and this might be a little silly, but there's so many phrases and things you say throughout the match. Like, do you have like a favorite go-to phrase that you're like, oh, I crushed that? Because we were kind of practicing.
I think I've got one that I know you
we were kind of
that
practicing beforehand. Should we show them really quick?
I don't know if I should. You got
crazy.
it? Let's
Go
hear
crazy.
it, Marika.
Go crazy.
Goal, Sporting Kansas City.
I mean, I do enjoy calling goals because that means we're usually winning.
I'm right there with you.
There are a couple that I really enjoy. The one I get the most feedback from is when I do the opposing team announcements.
Really?
I've backed off a little bit, but for a while there, I was really leaning into reading it just like a completely bored, like almost annoyed, and fans loved it. They just were like, this is the greatest thing ever, and we kind of backed off on it a little bit, but I might start going in that direction again just to see how far we can go, because people really, really loved that. But the other one that we don't get to do very often is the hydration break read. Yeah, well, I hope for fans who haven't been there, you'll hear me say, for the safety of the players, the referee has indicated that a cooling break will now commence.
That's
and,
so
and
good.
then I hear the whole crowd go, ooh, and that's how I know, like, okay, I've hit something. They really, really like that when I hear them doing it back after I've done it. So those are two things that I enjoy.
Tell me about the beautiful home of Sporting Kansas City. I love that one.
You see the fireworks, you hear a voice. I get like chills every time.
Yeah, we hold out the beautiful home of Sporting KC. Just a elongation, just an emphasis of it's beautiful, and we do have a beautiful facility. I've been to many of the arena or stadiums around MLS, and I love our facility. I think it's one of the best in the league. And so, yeah, it is beautiful. And so I want to make sure that we emphasize that. But as far as like that incorporating into my style, like I definitely hold on to vowels longer, and I definitely emphasize hard consonants like the K and the T. And then soft consonants, I tend to hold just like a vowel. It's like an F or an H. I'll sometimes hold those consonants too. It's just a unique style that I've developed, over the years. But I appreciate the fact that you guys noticed that.
I mean, I don't know. I was gonna say I've been coming to games since before I worked here at Sporting KC, so it's been a part of my upbringing as well. So I enjoy it. But you talk about your style? How does a style develop over time? Like, how have you come to where you are now?
Yeah, that goes back to like 1998 and 99. I lived in Colorado, and my friends and I would go to Colorado Rockies games. So I used to call it matches. Yeah, Colorado Rockies games, and their PA announcer at the time was a guy named Alan Roach. And Alan Roach does the Super Bowl every year, but at the time he was doing just stuff in Denver, and he has a similar style. But we would leave games and we would imitate him and how he did it. And so as I became an intrepid PA announcer and was trying new things at the high school level, which is a great place to. Just to have like a little laboratory and try things. That's where I kind of developed my own unique style. But a lot of the inspiration came from, those encounters with Alan Roach at Coors Field. So that's the biggest inspiration. Yeah.
Now, I got to flex on you for a little bit.
Oh,
you
boy.
had a pretty big summer, didn't
Well,
you?
I really did, Marika. Yes, did you? Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
John had the incredible opportunity to PA some of the FIFA World Cup matches.
Yes,
Insane.
yes. They sent me to Monterrey, Mexico, where I was the English language public address announcer at Monterrey Stadium for 4 matches, including the 1000th World Cup match in history, which was just unbelievable how providential that was and serendipitous. But yeah, I had an amazing time for 3.5 weeks in Monterrey, Mexico, being a part of the World Cup and doing what I get to, what I love to do for the sport that I love on the biggest stage and representing Sporting Kansas City and my city it's surreal. I still can't believe that it happened in some regard, but I met the best people. I had the greatest time. And it's just an absolute core memory that I'll just always hold near and dear to my heart.
Absolutely. And also that stadium was such a beautiful view. I mean, he was sending us pictures and the whole time I'm like, oh my, like what summer did we all get experience that like our work is just our dreams come true. Insane.
If listeners, if you haven't gone to see the Monterrey Stadium pictures, like just Google Monterrey Soccer Stadium and you'll see the Cerro de la Silla mountain. It's right outside the stadium. And we would go over there every day. We'd have a break, and we'd be like, okay, let's go see if we can get a better picture today than we got yesterday. Yeah. And you walk over there, and you still, in person, it doesn't feel like it's real. You think like someone put up a green screen or something like that. But no, they did such a good job designing that stadium to incorporate the geography, the natural geography, and the beauty of Monterrey and that mountain. It was an absolute dream. It was so cool. We had a great time.
You mentioned this earlier, and I think you said it so well, like getting to like show what our club has so special on a global level. And I mean, there were so many other people in other departments, like video, media, security. Like there were so many people from our club who had the incredible opportunity to work with FIFA this summer. So shout out to everyone who's been a part of this.
Absolutely.
Shout out to the volunteers, just regular Kansas City people who went through all the craziest, got the cool tracksuits that I still want 1,000. So my question with that is, we have such a rich culture here. So how is it experienced, like the global culture, how we bring it back here, how we show KC and all those great things?
What was really interesting about being in Monterrey was being able to share the cultures that we have in each of our own home cities, because we had people from all over the world who were there on the crew working with us. And so we had people from Costa Rica and Germany and Colombia and Argentina, Brazil, huge soccer nations, and the people there in Mexico. And they all very, very well developed soccer cultures in their countries. But I know what we started with. And so when I was a little kid in Lenexa playing soccer with my buddies, like that's what we had, and that's all we had. There was no club soccer. There was no professional team here. And I remember becoming aware of what the World Cup was in 1986, and the games weren't even on TV. You had to like catch them on tape delay. And then in 1990, when I was in high school, that summer we all watched the World Cup, and then we came back to soccer tryouts that fall, and we pretended to be players from that World Cup, like Schilacci and Beckenbauer, and everybody had the Beckenbauer cleats, and so then 4 years later, getting to host the World Cup, and everybody took notice of what this new sport was, and then we launched MLS, and then to see it grow from those original 8 or dozen teams to now we have 30 teams, and we have such great culture here, but also in other really cool places around America. It's really cool. And then I expect a similar growth in culture and in excitement around our sport over the next 30 years, having just hosted the World Cup, putting our country and our culture on that stage, and people can see how it's grown. It was really, really neat to be able to share that with people in countries where that's already developed, and they were excited for us.
Yeah, I think what's so interesting about American soccer culture and how it's grown, you talk about the 1994 World Cup, how that's shaped what Major League Soccer has become. A lot of people, I think, are wanting to try and put it down here quickly because they're like, oh, it's not having the impact that maybe we thought it would have. But it's such a slow growth. I feel like you can't force it, and it happens over time. I mean, look, 32 years ago, it wasn't what it is now, and it didn't happen in a 5-year period. It happened over that 3-decade span. So I think that's what's so interesting is we've seen it grow to this point. It's bigger than it's ever been in the United States, but it still has places to go.
Sure. Well, and two, like growing up playing soccer, I was part of this first generation of young kids whose parents were like, we'd rather you not play football. So what else is there to get you out of the house and be active? And so soccer was the thing. And so all of us grew up playing soccer and fell in love with the sport and carried that love into adulthood, had children, had them play soccer, and growing up, my children grew up here in Overland Park, and they played soccer at these beautiful facilities we could have only dreamed of as children. And now they're getting, my children anyway, are getting to the age, and my colleagues that I grew up playing with, their children are getting to the age where they're starting to have kids. And so that generational momentum is definitely in play. And I think you're right, Blake. I think it is a slow burn, but that slow burn is going to keep going up and up and up. And our culture is going to continue to improve, I think, over the next 30 years.
I mean, you talk about having like the Beckenbauer cleats. The amount of kids I see wearing Messi jerseys.
I was just about to say that.
You can see it, like literally every portion of Kansas City, I see kids wearing soccer jerseys, whether it's a Messi jersey.
Or like other countries.
Yeah,
from the
Sporting
World Cup.
KC jerseys in Kansas City. In other cities, it's the local MLS team. I think that right there is the sign of growth, because it shows that it's cool to these kids.
Absolutely, yeah. It was for my son. He had every jersey under the sun. That's all he ever wanted was a different jersey.
Like, don't you want something else to wear?
Yeah, he wanted to wear another jersey, and he had every sporting jersey. Oh my gosh, we bought him every sporting jersey under the sun. Yeah, it's really cool.
And now that you work at Sporting, he's probably like, hey, can you get me some more?
Yeah, I make him buy his own. He's an adult.
All right, so now you're back home. We're getting to the second half of the season. Like, what are your thoughts and feelings? Like, how are you feeling?
I'm really excited about the future of the team. Your team's not always going to be good, and that's okay. Right? There are ups and downs, but I feel like we're coming out of what was really a not a great time, and that's okay. But now we're starting to build momentum. We're getting new players. We're getting a new system, and I see the improvement. I see the on-field improvement, and so I'm really excited about what we're going to see later this fall, the sprint season next year, and then next year when we go to the fall spring season in 2027. Yeah, I'm super pumped about the future of the team.
Absolutely. And doing all of this in Kansas City, I am curious kind of how you've appreciated the culture and the community in Kansas City, how they've kind of accepted you. And have you heard from people? Obviously, you have been in this area for much of your life. And so how do you enjoy the Kansas City culture, and how people, I'm sure, have commented on what they like that you do and just like kind of encouraged you along the way?
Yeah, it's been very special, because I started at Blue Valley High School, and I've been a part of that community for a long, long time, and then went over to Avila University. I've announced for the Kansas City Mavericks, our local hockey team, and so having people in all these different related spheres has been really great, because everyone's been super encouraging. They've reached out to me to say how proud they were, and how that I could represent their particular sphere on the world stage and at Sporting has been really, really cool. And the encouragement's been just unbelievable. Yeah, it's just been really, really great.
Certainly. So should we go ahead and get into some of these rapid fire questions, Marika?
Absolutely.
Oh boy, here we go.
Can I add a rapid fire question? What has been a name you've loved like pronouncing, or like a player that like you saw us sign them, you go, I don't even know how to say that. Like, what are some of those names?
Well, gosh, the list of names that are like you look at initially and you're like, how in the world do I say that name? That's a very, very long list, including ones we just did for the World Cup in Monterrey. But thankfully, we get all kinds of resources and so forth. So there's lots of names that you look at and you're like, oh, but you spell it out phonetically and you practice and you get it. But the name that I really loved to say, because I saw him play as a fan and then I got to announce him, was Benny Feilhaber. And I loved it because I really drew out the F at the beginning of Feilhaber, and people would come up to me and they would be like, Benny Feilhaber. And I'd be like, oh yeah, that's that. Yeah. So anyway, I loved saying Benny Feilhaber. That was, I don't know if he liked it. He probably hated it. But anyway, I loved saying Benny Feilhaber's name. That was really cool.
That's got to be a cool thing to be attached to some people's memories at the stadium.
I hope so. I hope that's the case. I want them to have those core memories of the team doing well, and I'm the atmosphere. Like, I'm not the attraction. Like, no one's there coming to watch or hear me. But if I can add to that excitement, if I can add to that core memory with a particular read or a distinct style or a way of approaching an announcement, that I can die happy.
You
That's
absolutely
That's
do.
incredible.
I think we can guarantee even our own personal memories.
Yeah.
Like, you are such a large chunk of the heart of this team, and we're just so happy to have you and to celebrate you.
Thanks.
Now, getting into these rapid fire.
Okay,
Sorry,
okay,
I got
here-
sidetracked.
Here we go.
I can't help myself. I had to ask.
right,
It was
my heart rate's
in the
going
back
up.
of my head. All right, our first question: what is your favorite KC restaurant or coffee shop?
Wow. Black Dog Coffee in Lenexa.
Great choice. How about a hidden gem that you've found?
Grinder's Pizza, also in Lenexa.
I go there. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, what is your favorite hype song to get you ready going to the stadium?
Gosh. For me personally, gosh. Hype song? Oh, man.
Or what do you like to listen to when you're like driving from home to the stadium?
When I'm driving to the stadium, I'm usually listening to something that I can sing along to warm up
Same.
to warm up my voice.
Yeah.
We've said that before.
So-
I jam out. I'm glad people don't see me in my car before games because I jam out.
So I guess I would say Hysteria, because that was the song that they played for years and years, like with the starting lineup. So Muse, Hysteria, that would probably be the one that I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's do this. Like, yeah, that's the one that kind of gets my spine tingling.
I'm waiting for the day I'm at a red light next to you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little rock concert in my car, majority of the time for sure.
So you've been a part of a lot of great memories at this club, but what has been your favorite sporting memory?
I mean, 2013 MLS Cup when it was like 15 degrees out. I mean, my son was there. That's absolutely pinnacle. There's nothing really that comes close. Maybe announcing the 2017 Open Cup championship, and it was my first season. And I thought, okay, this is great. Every year I
Win a
come out,
trophy.
we're gonna win a trophy. But that also, as far as announcing, that was certainly the first time I got to announce like a championship live in person, and I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah.
All right, our last question for you. What's been a sporting KC player you've loved to be following this season?
I really have enjoyed watching Capita bomb up the wings and use his speed. I mean, the goal that he had that he assisted against Minnesota, I think, is a harbinger of things to come. I'm really excited to see what he can bring specifically. I mean, I'm excited about a lot of the new players, but he's been really exciting to watch.
And that goal against St. Louis, I mean, what a goal that was.
Yeah.
So it's been so fun hearing your story, John. You are a core piece, as we said, of, like you mentioned, the atmosphere and just what makes the experience at Sporting Park special. So we were glad to have you.
It's been my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Now, I know you got a good TikTok. Plug it. I love following it.
gosh.
We got to hype you up, John.
Yeah, John Dale announcer, ANNC. John Dale announcer.
You can see the behind the scenes of how it happens with John.
Yeah, it's fun.
Definitely check it out. Thank you for joining us again, John. Now, I'm going on a field trip. I'm heading over to Sporting Park to meet up with Molly Copeland. We're going to talk about the EB&Co line, and I'm so excited. We'll see you right over there. Hey, everyone. It's Marika here. I'm back at Budweiser Brewhouse at Sporting Park with Kansas City influencer Molly Copeland. Molly, thank you for joining me today.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Absolutely. Now, as you know, and I know well, we are partnering with EB&Co this fall for this incredible Sporting KC collection, and I know you're a big fashion girly, so I had to bring you in to get some takes with me. Now, my first question for you is, when you're making like your game day outfits, what are staples for you?
So I like to start with some simple pieces, maybe a kit. I love the jazz kit this
Yes.
year. And then adding some little pops of color. So this jewelry is perfect for that because you can really add in these little pieces that just make the outfit pop. I love to stand out a little bit, and I love a good compliment. Whenever I come to a game and somebody comes up and says, "Oh my God, I love this. Where did you get it?" And to be able to tell them, "Oh, it's in Sporting Style." Right in there,
Right
go get
here.
this necklace.
No, I totally agree. Something about me, I love the little details you can do to outfit,
Yes.
which I think is so much of what EB&Co's line is. It's just the little details to make your outfit better. And I want to get your opinion on these. Like, what are some of the pieces that you are loving? I can start off. I want to say I have to start with the Argyle earrings.
That was gonna be one of mine, too.
Dark blue, sporting blue. And one thing I like about it, it's kind of a professional vibe. So I feel like I could
Yes.
wear it in the office too, outside of game
you
days.
can wear it all day and then come to a sporting game at night, and it looks professional. It looks iconic, and you can also identify it. I think is really cool with sporting.
Right. I feel like Argyle is definitely one of the symbols, as well as a lot of these symbols. Like, if you're a Sporting KC fan, you know these logos. You've seen them right here. You've seen them in community, and it just blends well. What are something you like so far?
Another one I really liked was the two state
Yes.
earrings. I think that's so cool because we have everybody from both sides of the state line.
Right.
And it's not like you have to pick. Like, we're all one. So I thought that was a really cool touch.
You know what? That's something that I always agree with too when it comes to like the two states. It's like everyone's like, oh, Kansas, Missouri. Kansas. Like, we're both at the end of the day. We're KC girlies, and it works for whatever side you're living on.
Yes, exactly. Another favorite is the charm bracelet.
Yes, which you and I are twinning with them right now.
Yes.
Check it out. But I agree because it has a little blend of everything that we've seen here so far. And it's like that dainty vibe that's like very minimalistic, but it's just like a subtle sporting wherever you go.
And you have to like kind of look for it, and then you're like, oh, that's all the sporting symbols. And it's also got the 816 and 913 on it, which I thought was a nice touch.
Which I noticed they have that with the earrings too, but they have it in like other options. They have it with the pendant, which is light blue. One of them says 816, one of them 913, and then they have a stack version where it has them like both on top of each other in navy, which I like too.
There's a lot of good options, and they're each different enough that they'll make a statement, and then you can wear them, switch them out, and have a different look each game.
Yes, but then we have to talk about like the piece, which has to be the necklace.
Yes.
Are you kidding me? It's that beautiful gold chain. It has a mix of logos. Molly has it on right now, so check it out. Yeah, I really love these pieces. What is one of your favorite things you experience while you're here in this park, though?
Just the vibe and the atmosphere. Everyone's in a good mood. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the summer in Kansas City where everyone's friendly toward each other. Everyone's out to make friends and have a good time. There's people of all ages. There's families. I came to the last game by myself, and I met friends and met people I knew.
Yeah.
And so it was just fun that it's always a good time, and it's always a good atmosphere and fun and light, I feel like.
I totally agree. And connecting it back to the EB and Co line, like I feel like these items are so just like for the girls, so fun. Like I can't wait till I'm seeing other girlies wearing them in the stadium and be like, oh my gosh, like I have those earrings too. Like what should we twin with? I think we got to take one of these home with us.
I'm going to go with the necklace.
The necklace is
I
perfect.
I love the necklace. And
I agree.
It's the centerpiece, and you can take, like I have such a casual tank top on today, and I can pair it with the necklace, and it just
it looks good inside the stadium, outside the stadium. I also got to shout out the checkered flag one because I think that's such a great option. It's that light blue and white checkered flags. We're also right by NASCAR too, so hey, you got multiple sports out of this item.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I could wear that to NASCAR as well.
Yeah, all right. Well, this is the EB and Coat line. I'm here with Molly. Molly, where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and my handle is @MollyCuplin.
All right. Thank you again, Molly. We're heading back to the studio. All right, and we're back. Blake, it's been such a fun episode today.
It's been great. Always great talking to John, Molly. It's I know you were involved in that one.
I got my little field trip in for the day.
And it's going to be a really fun couple of weeks coming up. We talked about the Ted Lasso Night that we've got coming up and just the games at Sporting Park. I love being out there, and I'm so looking forward to the back half of the season.
Absolutely. And we can't wait to see you there. So make sure you're following Sporting KC at all things on our socials, at our website, at Sporting KC. You can follow me at Marika Davis _.
You can find me at Blake Arney wherever any social media you have. I should be on there.
That's right. And our next home game will be August 19th. Big rivalry night. It's going to be a fun one. And thanks for joining us.
Off the pitch.